Community members in Lichtenburg in the northwest have vowed to continue protesting. They won't accept that a ward councillor they elected did not make the ANC's candidate list for the upcoming municipal elections. Reporter Pule Letshwiti-Jones is on the ground with the latest. Pule, what is the latest with the community there in the northwest?
Well, thank you very much, Matemba. And what we know right now is that 19 community meetings are expected to take place, in the northwest. So this clearly shows that there's been numerous disputes by community members, and of course some of the branches within the province that actually are concerned about the names of candidates who did not make it to the candidate list, which would be submitted to the PLC, then IEC within the ANC. What we know right now is that in 2016, in this area here in Lichtenburg, the ANC lost about 5 PR members, which means that now these are the members who represent them and in the councillor settings, leaving them to 7. And now they're saying their issues have actually piled up, which could actually threaten their competition within the upcoming local government elections. But joining us now, we have the current ward councillor who's actually witnessed everything and is going to be telling us about what's going on, the unrest, and of course, service delivery in this area. Mr. Mooketsa English, thank you very much for joining us on eNCA this afternoon. So I just made, chatting to my colleague Matemba, just a brief example of how you lost PR members in 2016 in the election. You lost 5 of them, and now we're going into the elections again. And you think this may impact this area, especially because there's piling issues which stem from service delivery, and now this particular issue of the candidate not being on the candidate list. How will this impact your run in the elections as well?
Thank you. Truth be told, that if the ANC does not sort out its internal process and come up with the best solution towards this, we will lose even more. But we remain hopeful that the ANC will work on its own internal processes so that we don't allow many issues to interrupt with the process of elections until we lose more. So we don't want to lose more than what we lost in 2016.
As the outgoing ward councillor, let's chat about the meetings a bit. We know this is where community members actually have the opportunity and power to elect a candidate who will then make the list. Currently, that has not happened. There's a dispute, and that's the reason why there's been an unrest. Do you think this also has created chaos in this area? Because while some want this particular member on the list, some are saying this member shouldn't make the list as well, as he does not have the correct capacity to represent the community.
In the process of electing the candidate, there were nominations into those process. So what happened is that the member who was nominated we had 4 members who were nominated into that list that was submitted to the PLC, and then there was decision to appoint or put someone who was not nominated into that list. We don't know it emanated from where, but that's what the currently is happening. Not even a single person into that list. The 4 people who were nominated, they were overlooked. That's where the problem came.
Just wrap it up, maybe just like 30 seconds. Service delivery is a problem also in this area. Amongst other issues, corruption has been one of the main, objectives that have been raised that are blocking service delivery. But on the other hand, you're saying that you guys are doing well to ensure that there's service delivery, but that's not the case when we walk on the streets in this area.
Yeah, if you look at what is happening, we worked hard into issues of service delivery. We installed infrastructure for the RDP houses of about more than 1,400 RDP houses that must be built. So we installed infrastructure. We are just waiting for the department to come in, do the services. We now appointed the contractor for renovation of the community hall. We now the project is on the design stage for internal roads to pave about 5 kilometers of internal roads.
Okay.
So we are moving. The only problem that we have is with the spillages of sewage and water.
Right.
So Ngaka Mulema must just district municipality must just work too much on the maintaining the sewer system.
All right, thank you very much, Mr. English.
Thank you, sir.
All right, there you go, Natemba. There's still quite a lot that has to be done in this community, but of course the main focused issue is that at today, before deadline, that list the community members want to see, and they've made it quite clear that they want the member who they voted for to make it onto the candidate list. Interesting enough, we actually got hold of this member who's on that list, and we will be talking or chatting to him rather later today. But most importantly, that's the elements that could actually brew unrest in this area if the member that they want on that list does not make it tomorrow. And it will be interesting to see how that would have unfolded and whether that dispute would have been resolved by, of course, the party at hand.